Oh boy! A duty hat!
Hello, and welcome to Cryptic Web Chronicles. Today, we're diving into an explosive ethics report that's just been released concerning a controversial figure in the literary scene, known as Ogunechowwe Donald Ekpeki. Get ready, because this one is a doozy, and the story is still developing. If you weren't aware, Ogunechowwe Donald Ekpeki, also known by many online as Oogie, is a notorious Patrick Tomlinson ballwasher who is best known for crusading for and worshipping the obese author turned lolcow on Twitter. Ekpeki is also known for regularly using harassment, threats, and name-calling against those who disagree with Patrick or are critical of his circle's behavior online. Oogie's actions came under additional scrutiny when he targeted literary agent Leslie Varney after she declined to engage with Patrick's manipulative behavior on Twitter. As you likely already know, Tomlinson frequently finds himself the target of trolling, and he's become hooked on the attention that playing the victim brings him online. In Patrick's mind, anyone that doesn't immediately buy his outrageous claims is complicit in the wrongdoings done against him, and they're practically a criminal cyberstalker themselves. As I've covered previously, Ogunechowwe has been accused of using his background as an African to exploit GoFundMe and other online platforms for financial gain. It was revealed he previously ran numerous fundraising efforts for various ambiguous reasons, and it's widely believed that he pocketed all of the money from these efforts without delivering anything meaningful. In addition to growing close with Patrick online, Oogie has also attached himself to the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Association, SFWA. As this channel has previously covered, this controversial literary organization is the same one that funded Patrick Tomlinson's unsuccessful lawsuit against the O&A forums, and has also been found to have numerous questionable links to pedophilia. Oogie is suspected of abusing the SFWA's DEI-driven efforts for his own personal profit, and additionally has even gone so far as to allegedly admit he planned to illegally enter the US by abusing his visa status. However, as we'll soon see, the SFWA's white guilt-fueled initiatives would backfire on them and only lead to further embarrassment. The happiness of a writer being gifted an iPad and keyboard for all the future masterpieces he will write. Oogie has consistently voiced grievances about racism and bigotry hindering his progress in the literary industry, often lamenting that his African background has made success unattainable due to systemic discrimination. Additionally, his writing centers heavily on themes of race, inequality, and decolonization, with Oogie seemingly fixated on claiming that his opportunities and wealth have been unjustly stolen by white colonizers and Western culture. However, in late October of 2024, fellow writer Erin Cairns, a white South African woman, publicly exposed Oogie in a comprehensive 78-page ethics report, detailing how he had plagiarized her work and published it as his own without crediting her. The report included screenshots that showed the extent to which Ekpeki lied and gaslit her about the situation, exhibiting a disturbing level of manipulation and dishonesty. Let's dive into the details of the ethics report before examining the intriguing responses from the SFWA and others involved. The 78-page document serves as a detailed account of Ekpeki's bad faith dealings with fellow author Erin Cairns, who, despite her race, seems just as disadvantaged in the writing world as Ekpeki himself, being a woman from South Africa. Nonetheless, this didn't stop Oogie from blatantly taking her work and publishing it as his own, without crediting her at all. Erin opens the ethics report with a disclaimer, emphasizing her commitment to the highest ethical standards. She expresses concern that her words not be used to incite racist attacks or fuel racial animosity toward Ekpeki, making it clear she does not wish to be responsible for any hate directed his way. This report is about the unethical conduct of Ogunechowwe Donald Ekpeki. Using it to harass anyone, including its subject, is itself unethical and serves only to silence other victims. Its intended purpose is to inform those seeking information of some of the reasons Ekpeki is being accused of unethical conduct, and to support the other people exploited by Ogunechowwe Donald Ekpeki when they choose to share their stories with others. Erin then dives into what happened without hesitation. I am reporting Ogunechowwe Donald Ekpeki for unethical practices. He submitted a story entirely written by me into a Black Voices magazine without my name on the byline. He lied about who he knew and how well he knew them. He obfuscated information about publications and editors and manipulated me to such an extent that I still struggle to trust myself and others. Erin went on to detail Ekpeki's deception from the beginning, discussing how they came into contact over Twitter. Initially, she approached him for advice and support in navigating the complexities of publishing, as he presented himself as experienced and well-connected in the literary world on Twitter. However, this professional relationship soon took a turn. Ekpeki encouraged Erin to submit her work to a prominent Black Voices magazine, assuring her that he would help manage the process on her behalf. However, Erin soon noticed Ekpeki was withholding key details about the editors, submission processes, and her story's status. As it was later revealed, he had spun a litany of lies about the timeline and communications with the publication. Over several months, Ekpeki strung Erin along over Twitter messages, encouraging her to continue working on the story for free under the guise of securing its future publication. Eventually, Erin discovered the truth. Ekpeki had submitted the story with only his name on the byline, entirely omitting hers. When she confronted him, he aggressively dismissed her concerns, insisting it was necessary and pressuring her to trust his judgment. The extent of Ekpeki's deception, the revelation that he had stolen her work, and his persistent lack of transparency left Erin feeling emotionally manipulated and deeply mistrustful of others. Oogie pressured Erin into remaining silent about his plagiarism, suggesting that not only would his career and image suffer, but hers would as well. It's unclear whether this was a veiled threat or simply Oogie's convoluted way of trying to dissuade her from exposing him as a thieving scammer. Oogie also attempted to justify the exclusion of Erin's name by claiming it was a Black Voices magazine, despite having previously emphasized that it was a Pan-African publication. The meltdown in the literary scene following this big reveal seems to still be ongoing. It appears that several figures in the science fiction writing community had been, in the name of diversity, giving Oogie nuggets of clout, money, and even sending food to him in Africa via airmail. Jason Stanford, the man who ran Oogie's GoFundMe pages, would private his Twitter account shortly after the ethics report was published. Additionally, the SFWA did the same. Oogie, seemingly unable to face the shame of being called out for plagiarism, theft, and dishonesty, would change his Twitter profile picture to hide his face. On October 28th, the SFWA would announce on their website that their board had voted unanimously to remove Ekpeki from his position as director-at-large, remarking, "The board will not be answering questions on this matter to protect the privacy of the individuals involved." I suspect this saga isn't finished unfolding, and I'm patiently awaiting Oogie's response to these shocking allegations. So far, numerous individuals in the community have come forward to share their own suspicions, which were likely silenced from the outset due to the radical, fanatic obsession with diversity and inclusion held by the SFWA and prominent members of the literary community. Additionally, many individuals have publicly announced that they are no longer associated with Ekpeki, or that he is no longer involved in their projects or podcasts. It seems that everyone has chosen to distance themselves from him in the wake of these allegations. Of course, Patrick has remained silent on this situation, even though Oogie was one of his favorite pets on Twitter, and the two spent a lot of time abusing and bullying people on the platform, taking particular enjoyment in the harassment of Leslie Varney. She had this to say about the revelations of the ethics report. "Aaron, I'm sorry, both for what happened and for any backlash you might get. I've had my own experience with Mr. Ekpeki and discovered just how quickly and baselessly his supporters will label anyone who stands up to him. Your piece is well documented, cohesive, and entirely believable." It is also noteworthy to mention that one of Ekpeki's supporters was recently arrested for distributing child pornography in a prolific case out of Washington, D.C. Known as Fit to Be Read on Twitter, Michael Everts was a booktuber and an up-and-coming star in the literary world, also having close ties to the SFWA. Michael was a staunch ally and vocal supporter of Ekpeki on Twitter, regularly sharing and replying to his tweets, as well as links to his GoFundMes. Currently, Everett remains in jail for his crimes and is still currently awaiting sentencing.
And I want to get this name correct. Oghen Echovwe Donald Ekpeki.
A well-known D.C. gym owner is in jail tonight, charged with distributing child pornography.
News 4's Jackie Benson takes a closer look tonight at the allegations that led to the arrest of Michael Everts, owner of Fit Personal Training in DuPont Circle. We want to warn you, this story contains details that some might find disturbing.
It's likely few even noticed a man being quietly arrested Tuesday morning in front of the Apple store across from the D.C. Convention Center. Documents filed in connection with the arrest of 48-year-old Michael Everts of the district indicate the FBI agents who took him into custody on child pornography charges have been putting together a case for months. In 2014, Everts was profiled by the Washington Blade as the owner of Fit.
This news comes at a particularly inopportune time for the SFWA, which has already been grappling with a myriad of controversies and drama in recent times, including Patrick Tomlinson's failed lawsuit that cost the organization hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. Can this struggling literary organization survive while it is buried under a mountain of bad press and controversies? And does it even deserve to survive, given the numerous disturbing and perverted individuals who have been exposed within its ranks? I'm sorry to say, but that's all for tonight. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to keep up with this saga as it continues to unfold. This has been Cryptic Web Chronicles. Thank you, and good night.